WWE's BattleGround is July 14th, and we have a lot to go over. Just based on this match alone, Dean Ambrose recently became the WWE World Heavyweight Champion by cashing in the Money in the Bank contract that he won at Money in the Bank against Seth Rollins, who won it from Roman Reigns earlier in the night. The reason this is kind of weird is because Roman Reigns has been suspended for 30 days for failing the wellness policy. We do not know what for, but we do know from the WWE themselves that Roman has failed the wellness policy. But with Battleground being on the 24th, he can still participate in the upcoming triple threat match with Rollins and Ambrose, a Shield triple threat that everyone has been wanting. But now it's very weird to see this match happen. Really, since Ambrose has the title, mostly because of the suspension. WWE knew about the suspension days prior. WWE knew of the suspension, and punishment was obviously to lose the belt, and of course, being suspended for 30 days. But just the weird thing of him still being in the match, even though they already knew about the suspension days ago, really shows that WWE does not really care about the wellness policy in general. To be fair, though, he was the champion, so you can't just take him off television. You just can't suspend him, strip him of the title, because there's no main event at that point. So you had to do what they had to do at that point. They had to do the right thing at that point and have him drop the belt. But there was no injury angle. There was no nothing. It was just him being on Raw, being put in the match, getting dirty deeds, and that was it. The hard part about this is now, why is he still in the match? And more importantly, how are they going to promote this match for Roman not being in the match? Or not being in there for 30 days? It's very awkward. It's very weird. This is the first time I believe this has ever happened, to the point where the suspension... I mean, there are things of Orton being taken off suspension through the match with Hogan at SummerSlam a couple years ago, and ironically, there has not really been a big named person caught under the wellness policy since Randy Orton a couple years ago. It is a very weird situation to where most people will be happy. It's very confusing to see what will happen to this man once he comes back. It's a very odd situation, especially since Roman has been pretty much their golden boy, has been the replacement to Cena eventually, because Cena can't be there forever. So what does this do for that? What does that do for Roman Reigns in general? For once, I'm actually speechless to see what will actually happen and why he's still in the match, because personally, he shouldn't be in the match. I mean, granted, the suspension ends days after or before Battleground, but why is he still in the match? I mean, with the draft coming up, this is probably the only way they'll be able to do the match to begin with if they're on different shows. But Roman won't be a part of that draft, or at least won't be drafted on television, because he's been suspended. What would that do for a general manager for that show to have him be drafted still an overall number one pick? You would think he'd be a number one pick for Raw or SmackDown. Whoever got the first pick would pick Roman Reigns. But that's out of the question now. I mean, probably the supplemental draft he'll go through somewhere. But with this draft imminent in a couple weeks, it's very weird seeing Roman out of the picture. And Roman being Roman, it's very weird. This is a day no one has ever thought would happen. This is the equivalent of John Cena being hit with the wellness policy. Because, I mean, Orton's done it, so you can't use that example. It's a very weird situation. All I do know is WWE would not be stupid enough to put Roman Reigns as the champion once again. Although they probably are stupid enough to do it, that would be a huge PR hit for Roman if that were to happen. But Ambrose recently won the belt, so the only other option at this point is for him to retain it, or you could just have Rollins have it. Say, oh, Rollins, deserves to be champion after what he's done with this of his rehab and everything getting to the back to this point. It's a very weird situation once again, and hopefully we'll get something because Roman in this match feels very weird to me. I don't know why, it just does.